All right, first things first. I haven't even been in this car in maybe a month or two, and it's a convertible, and the top leaks, and I live in Florida, so it's been getting rained in a little bit. There's some rust on the floor. I need to fix that for sure, get some paint on it. But this thing is covered in mold. I've had Miatas that have had the same problem, and other cars too. It's just so humid here. I need to wipe all this down before I come in here. It's just like a biohazard. So let's do that first. I try not to touch anything, but I went and got some ISO Pro alcohol. I guess it says 75% alcohol sanitizing wipe. Let's see how that works. I know there's like a mold spray you can get, but I don't have that, and I have this. Hopefully this at least kills the germs and the mold. I guess not really so much germs. Let's see how this works here. I guess that's all right. Ugh. It's pretty crusty. I can almost like want to touch it again. Hopefully the alcohol kills the mold before it grows back. Definitely one of the things I have to do before I drive this more regularly. I have a car cover. I might be able to show you later, but there's like a rip in it. Of course, it leaks right in the window, so that doesn't help. I mean, I'd like this to be like a regular car again, so I'd like it to be sealed up. I won't get rained in all the time. Ugh. That's a little better. A little better already. It's one down. That might be all for now. At least I can touch the car again. I'm going to see if I can drive it to the shop now so I can start working on the other safety things I have to do. But at least it's not so much of a biohazard in here. I might just save these, keep them handy for now. Now let's see if this car will start. It's likely this battery's completely dead, but we'll see if we can get something out of it. I have a jumper. Let's see if we need it. Come on, come on, come on. Hey, all right. Mist wipers on. Turn that off. There we go. Hey, it runs. All right, so the next thing I needed was like a way to hold the straps on the harness bar to keep from moving. So you'll see how I made that. I just needed to bend something up really quick. You know, I thought it was going to be harder to do than that for some reason.
It's pretty hard, I ain't gonna lie.
Because in my mind, I was like, man, we're going to have to heat it up and really bend it.
You might have to use a rubber mallet to get the other part once you cut it.
This is really just solid round bar that I got from Ace Hardware down the road. Nothing too special, and you'll see I can bend it by hand. And here you go. I just bent up 2 bars by eyeballing them. They're not identical, but it's close enough for what I want to do. I'm going to fit them up when I get them in the car. I'm going to make it look easy here, but I've actually taken these harnesses off and on a few times. The first time I did it, I had to watch a bunch of YouTube videos and look at diagrams. But once you learn the pattern, it's not that complicated. And here we are fitting up the bars. We're going to block the camera here, which is very, very professional. Anyway, you can see where we kind of had it tacked before, and we took it off because it wasn't really centered up exactly where I wanted it. Anyway, it's not too impressive here, not too complicated. We're just going to weld this on real quick.
Do you think that's in? Oh, okay.
And for the actual welding, we just wheeled the sinker wave out. It's got really long leads, which makes this kind of thing pretty easy. There's a water cool setup, which you probably wouldn't even need for a little quick project like this. But anyway, nothing too special. We only had 1/8 inch mild steel rod for this. That's ER70S. So it was a little cumbersome. I wish I would have trimmed it down before I got in, but I didn't want to leave any stubs. I just wanted to use what we had. So this is it. Alright, so my excuse for this is the fill rod was way too big and it kept getting jammed up and bouncing into everything, so I couldn't really feed it very cleanly. So that's my excuse for these. Alright, so now this is the next day because it started raining. I had to come back. The first thing was I took out the seats and then I started vacuuming the car. There was a lot of just loose dust and just debris, so that had to get out of there before I painted anything. There's some interior panels left that I just wanted to get rid of. They don't really do anything. This covers part of the convertible top mechanism to latch, but it's tan and it looks ugly, and there's some sound deadening I wanted to remove too, so this all went right in the trash. And the next step was to wire wheel all the surface rust off. These plates got soaked in water over the time that they've sat, and man, they were crusty. But a little wire wheel, a little brushing, and it was all set. Alright, I sanded everything the best I could. I used a combination of red Scotch-Brite, wire brush, just some sandpaper, just scratched it all up. And then I wiped it down with acetone just to clean off the surface before the paint. And here's a combination of the paint I used. I used rust reformer on the floors because they were the worst. The high performance enamel is like a little tougher. I think I just kind of fogged that on there. And the rest got just the regular rust stop protective enamel. The Ace brand seemed to work pretty good. You probably won't see here, but I'm going to have to touch it up a little later. There's some spots that were a little thin. Alright, so one of the things I really need to address on this car is I never really liked how the harness was mounted. I need to find a way that I can adjust the lap strap when I get into the car, and when I move the camera around, you'll see what I'm talking about. It made sense at the time, but I never really liked it, so I definitely got to make something that actually works. Alright, so the next thing I have to address is I never really liked how my harness was mounted on the seat. When I got these 4-point harnesses, I mounted the rear on the bar the way I planned on it, and for the lap bar, I wanted to dismount it here on the seat. I already had the steel, I know how to weld, so I figured that'd be easier. Didn't want to drill a hole in case I wanted to make changes, but you can see when you put the lap bar through, here's where the mount is, this webbing area is too long. So I can't really adjust the length safely or correctly, I guess I should say, because I'm being held in by how this, I don't know, bracket, whatever you want to call it, is stuck to the seat. Anyways, this isn't right. So I'm going to have to drill a hole through the floor the way I didn't really want to and remount these. They need to be mounted more like this. And you'll see in a reverse angle what I'm talking about. What I don't like about this though is if I'm gonna readjust the length of the belt, I have to like reach around the seat. I don't know, it just seemed easier if I did it on my lap. Anyway, it's kind of how things go. Let's drill some holes and fix this. Alright, so the next step was go to Ace Hardware. I went to the thread checker to find the sizes I need. I think in this clip you're going to see me putting the seat mounting nut onto the wrong thread. Don't worry about that. I corrected that later. Anyways, you can go to Ace. I prefer that, or you can go to Home Depot or Lowe's, which I don't prefer. Ace has more of a selection. It's usually easier to find what you need. I mean, whatever works for you. The thing is, though, when you're getting hardware out of these bins, I definitely double check them. You're going to see me doing this with one hand holding the camera. It's not very graceful, but I always double check these. You will get this wrong because people screw these up. While I was out, I also picked up some scrap metal. This is like less than $6 in material when all was all done. I wanted to extend my e-brake, and you'll kind of see how we did this here.
You wear a glove or something?
Nah. You want to feel the heat.
Yeah. that red. Woo. Got it some way bent. That's better than nothing.
And then after that, we cut it up with the portaband using the Swag off-road stand. These things rock. I recommend this 100%. An actual good vertical bandsaw will run you a ton of money, and this was significantly cheaper and works pretty good for most stuff we want to do.
There we go. Probably gonna be a lot harder than that.
Hammer it in there.
If you use a flathead, you can probably go to slit it.
You get started, I'll hammer it in there.
Yep. 5 grips, you know, 3, 4 of them.
Go so close. You grind the edge down.
Yep. How far do you want to go?
Pretty much most of the way you can. You should put it in the car and test fit it before you actually weld it.
Yeah. I'm gonna get you a fatter wire for the other side to fill the gap at the bottom, you know?
No ground?
No ground, bud?
Is this the right ground?
Yeah, just put it on the tool.
I got it. Yeah, really. Wait, I need ground on there too?
Huh? I'm not challenging you. You want some silicone bronze to make it look real fucking sick?
Sure.
No, seriously?
Yeah, sure.
Alright. That ain't gonna break off either. That shit's tough. You want, what size do you want? 3/32, 1/16, or 0.45?
How about 3/32?
Alright. Wait, 3/32 is smaller than the 16th?
Yeah.
1/16 would be.
Give me a 16th actually. I'll take a 16th.
30 seconds.
I'll take a 16th.
This is why I hate fractional tool. You're gonna think about it too much.
Now that I already put stainless steel tack
I got
welds on
The
it.
16th is a smaller.
That'll work, right?
I mean, now we're putting silicone bronze on it, so we're changing. Immediately, we're changing what we're doing.
Is this kind of failure
Stainless to
inspection?
mild to bronze.
Yeah,
We're
so
good.
Stuff's
Put
kind of
anything on it.
it's kind of a little dried out. That's alright.
It's a tip that's right.
That's the tip.
Yeah, dude, literally, look.
No, it's
Oh, there we go. Okay, get the whole
it's
stuff
a
out.
little bit more consistent. I just wanted to see how
I watched, I forgot.
liquidy it was still.
Look at the rail.
What is it? It's a 416. Eric, what is it?
Yep, 416 cubic inch.
LS3. So that's 6 point. I'm not honestly a point 416. Just over.
Here, watch, I'll do it reverse now.
Let's go. Nice old dude tried to tell me silicone bronze isn't welding.
It's like
It's
brazing.
brazing.
Yeah, well, you're not melting the base metal, so it's brazing.
Oh, okay, so I am an idiot then.
Nah.
Sorry, old dude.
Yeah, if you're using bronze, you're brazing it. I'm brazing with a TIG forge. No?
That didn't do shit.
Does it need to be tighter?
It needs to be tightened at the actual caliper. Like I ripped it and like I was all the way up here and it didn't do anything.
Look, it's loose on this side. That side's way loose.
I don't think that's the problem though.
But look, but when you pull up on it, it's loose.
Yeah,
See?
okay, that isn't helping you.
No, but I'm saying if it breaks now, I mean, I would like it to break in front of Eric's shop.
Yeah, that's
Instead of-
also a good
yeah.
way to look at it. And you have buddies here to take
Yeah.
photos. That's true. It's weird watching this through. Go right here. Yeah, go right here, bro. He's not gonna rip the corner.
Nah, it's not enough. Not even close.
You see what I mean?
Not
It's
even
one of those,
close.
like, oh, that didn't.
Not even close.
All right, crank it.
Alright, that's enough fun. One of the other things we got to do before we can work on cars again is the landscaping on this house is rough. So my goal right now is just to do this front corner. We're eventually going to have a privacy fence come around this way. But for now, I need to do something about this. This looks pretty pathetic. And there we go. I added some plants to spruce this area a little bit. Probably add some more later. Even just this right here, this was $80. So that's the budget I have to work on this project. Now I'll get back to the race car. As you can see here, we're no longer connected to the seat mount. I actually drilled through the floor and mounted the hardware with grade 8 bolts. If you use metric, it's like 10.9. Anyways, it's the equivalent amount of strength. So I'll go under the car and show you how I did it. Underneath the car, I got the biggest grade 10.9 fender washers they had, and I got nylon locking nuts underneath, and it's that way all around the car. Hopefully that should keep me pretty secure. If I get around to it, I might punch some larger steel, like really large round pieces to act as really big fender washers. But for now, this is all I really need to at least have them mounted adequately. I might come back to it, like I said. And what did I think of my e-brake? I really like the placement. I need to take it out and paint it because this is gonna flash rust pretty soon, especially how wet this car gets. But the problem is when you pull on it, it doesn't really lock the e-brake. You can feel it slowing down, but I need to adjust the cables at the calipers. And while I do that, E46s have a parking brake that's like a drum with like a shoe on the inside. I'm gonna get new pads for that and then adjust the cable, but then the wheels gotta go off. I'm gonna jack it up. And it's already Saturday afternoon and I work Sundays, so it's kind of how it goes. You do what you can and try to get a little bit closer. I like the idea though. Just a little tinkering is going to help.